right. Hey guys. Hey Sabea. Hey Brooke. Hey Laura. Laura says I'm never early. You are this time. So we are gonna mute that before I startle myself. And we're gonna set it into live chat. Do 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 do. Do do do. Hey London girl. How's it going? Hey Wendy.
Yep.
What's up? You okay? What happened?
Fine, great. How are you doing?
I'm okay. He just whacked the shit out. Are you alright, hun? You're good, Maddie. Randy just whacked the shit out of himself out of, like, honey? Let me go check on my husband before. Is your face bleeding? Okay. Well, I've seen you say that you're fine before with your like finger dangling off, so he is actually okay. So cool. Way to start the live stream. Oh no. Hey London girl. Hey Erica. I don't know if I said hi to y'all. Hey Stephanie. Hey Penny. Maddie just ran on upstairs, but she'll be back down in a little while, I think. Hey Silent Storm, first time getting to see you live. Right on. Well, we're hanging out today, getting some jewelry made. I was gonna do wire wrapping today. Kelly says, woohoo, been watching longer. Oh yeah, you've been here way longer than 4 months, but 4 months a member though, I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate all y'all being here since, 2016 was when we started posting videos regularly. Are any of y'all here from the before times? Of whenever I forgot that I had posted a YouTube tutorial and went like 4 years without posting anything. And then Google was like, hey, we have money. You never told us what bank account to send your ad revenue to. And I was like, and we got our first YouTube check. And I was like, well, boy, howdy, guess what I'm doing now? So, and then it was like another 2 years before we got another YouTube check. But it planted the seed. Penny says, me, many years ago. I believe it, Penny. Gosh. Hey, Susan. Says, I will join just a bit. Right now I'm fishing with my grandson. Ooh, what are y'all fishing for? Catfish, bass? Like, Randy and I have been falling asleep to watching this feller try out different lures on, like, kayak fishing. And it's amazing. The other night, we were watching him use a Pokemon, like a Pikachu lure. And I can't remember if it was particularly effective, but what I took away from it was these fish will bite anything as long as I'm not fishing. Maybe you need a sliding scale of okay, like 10 is actually okay, well 1 is currently bleeding. That's a good idea, Brooke. Sabea says, how's it going? I think it's going pretty good. It's been a very good week, but it's bittersweet because we've reached around about the halfway mark of between picking Maddie up and taking her back home. So, but we're only halfway. We still have a whole lot ahead of us, but we've been working on a jigsaw puzzle, which I'm in a love-hate relationship with. Because it's only like a, 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, but it's kind of monochromatic. So there's not really, it's like, well, is it yellowy beige or orangey beige or darker orange beige? So, but it is what it is. I've been having a lot of fun making it, like putting it together with Randy and Maddie. But then our kiln stopped working, our new one. I don't really know how to process that, but we fixed it. Randy was like, send it back to him. It's still under, like, it is 1 month into the 1-year warranty. Just send it back. And I was like, I need a kiln. So I, like, Googled and, like, sent emails. And they sent emails back with a YouTube video in it. So I watched that. And apparently, and as a sage-waving crystal kisser is what, like, I guess the negative terms it's been called, I was like, no freaking way, that sounds way too, like, sci-fi. But apparently there are electromagnetic fields within my kiln, like within the wire box, that if one bundle of wires is inside the thermocoupling wire, it's going to screw around with the readings. And I was like, what kind of ghost adventures? But anyways, so I just, like, was rooting around in there and it got it working again, so... But it just felt like, wow, it was probably the most high-tech thing I've ever done. But it sounded the most like something from Ghost Adventures or Supernatural, or like, I was like, what? Those aren't real. Those are sci-fi. And it's like, oh no, yeah, they're real. Okay, I'm just an idiot. That's fine. I knew this already, but much like an iceberg, you never know how deep it goes until it's like, oh, I'm that much of an idiot. Wow. But that's okay. We're gonna make some jewelry. So let me get this flipped around. Oh, and I hurt my hand again this morning on cooking bacon actually on a baking sheet. So that's why I'm not doing wire wrapping today. I don't think I ever finished explaining that. So we're gonna flip this around. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna mess around with the tripod until everybody, including me, is seasick. Sabay says I'm Zach Baggins, and today we're exploring the haunted kiln. Yep. Vaughn the kiln technician. No, I cry more than fix kilns. Like, I ugly cried in my kiln's face. And I was like, will you please just work? Please. But yeah, we got it working. Oh, and then I had run out of glass. Of the kind that we were gonna use for June. So it's just been a not a practice in futility, because I mean I'm gonna keep trying and doing my best and just chugging along, but just the concept and practice of plans only last the first encounter with reality. But rolling. Do what, Randy? Just a doozy of a day. Ooh, hey, water. So sorry I haven't been on here for a while. I had surgery and I'm on serious meds that make me sleep for hours. Ooh, I hope it's good sleep though. Hey, Itzy, how's it going? Anything, whatever we can catch, says Susan. Hopefully you can fish or break. Well, the storms, I doubt anything because it's muddy at Lake. Oh, okay. Dee Dee says, haven't done a puzzle in a long time. Man, last time Randy and I tried to do a puzzle, it was probably like 2008 or 2009. And we finished it all except for one piece because there was a piece missing. And that broke me. So that was the last puzzle that we've done until now. We need to wrap you in bubble wrap sometimes. Right, Valerie? I'm really feeling... Sacred Blue says, did you use some aloe? Oh, I didn't burn myself. It's the same muscles that I use from moving bead trays. That oftentimes when I've been practicing to use more of my pinky instead of putting all the weight just there on that first finger. I'm going to stop demonstrating before I pull it again. But it's whenever we were doing the rearrange and I was doing so much of moving my bead trays off of this shelf to the left of me that I had like sprained my ding dang hand, and then I was going through, aw, thank you so much, Brenda, gifted 5 Back to Earth Creations memberships. So welcome to Kelly Willis, Erica, Missouri Fox, Brooke E, Jennifer Turner, and Robin Baden. Thank you guys. Oh, Brooke says I made a necklace that I almost like, and I'm thinking about taking it apart and giving it another try. Yeah, I did. I was moving the baking sheet, and it pulled it, like the weight re-pulled it. So, sorry, I'm probably not making a ton of sense. But that's fine. We're doing pretty good, Itzy. Hey, Witch and Gnome will be in and out working on finishing up some of these projects before the event tomorrow. Ooh. The wrist injection left my wrist rotate again. Ooh, right on, Sacred Blue. Oh, go for it, Brooke. You never know till you try. Okay, so I'm going to be finishing off these earrings, just to get them tidied and up out of the place. We went to Michael's earlier this week, and they were having 4 for $10 on their strung beads, and I was like, right on, Michelle. She says, I totally understand. I have the same thing, but on my right hand. Oof.
Any of which the strands were $10?
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Randy says many of which the strands were $10. Oof, I didn't know that. But, so I felt like we got a pretty good deal, and so I've been making stuff. All sorts of stuff.
That's how we saved more money than we spent.
Yeah, that was startling, wasn't it? We only spent like $40 on beads, and we saved, like, the lady at the register was like, you saved $57 today, and I was like, hot dog. right on. Sarah says, I got my Panda Hall order. Lots of good stuff. The chain looks good. Thanks for the idea. Yeah, anytime. I loved doing that video, and honestly, it seemed to, a lot of folks seemed to really appreciate and get more out of that video than what I thought folks would. So I may be doing more kind of shop along unboxings. Hey Ruth. Oh, I'm so glad you like our tutorials. I like doing them. How's the chain working out for you so far? Really well. I'm totally digging this is the extender chain. I really liked everything that I've used, I am pleased with. The only thing I'm a little, this is more stylistically, but the Rolo chain, not my favorite. But that's purely stylistically, structurally, texturally, everything. It's very good. It's just a different look than what I'm used to. I typically like to use a much finer oval link chain. And so that's just what I'm used to. So, but nothing against the Rolo chain. I think the Figaro chain was my favorite. It must have been because I've used it all up already. Hey, Gwendolyn, how's it going? Ooh. Hey, Wandy. Could you make a cup of coffee for me to drink? Thank you. Right, Valerie? Valerie says, I loved the Figaro look. And it makes it really easy to split the chain apart because I can just count how many links of the Figaro that I needed, like repetitions of its pattern. And then and so it made it less measuring for me. I was able to just kind of eyeball it much more easily. Thanks, Art Girl. These are actually from Michael's, which it makes me really like, I want to go do lamp work. So bad. And I've got all the stuff for it just sitting right over yonder, but I'm like scared of turning it on still. But it's just, I still have this mental block about it taking so much time, but that's only because every time I do it for like 8 hours, but I don't have to. Like, I could do it for just an hour. But these have me re-inspired to climb back onto my torch. But they're lampwork style. It looks like there's a silver foiling there on the inside. I wondered if they used like a marver or a bead mold or something to get that nice lentil shape, because it has a little bit, I can feel on the edge right here. I do think that they used a mold, but Randy picked these out. I agree, it's a very good color. I think I'm gonna make some spinny pendants out of them. Like, I think that'd be kind of fun. And then Maddie picked these ones out. We're going to be making some necklaces together out of this strand. And we're going to take these, I feel like ceramic, either glass or ceramic beads, and mix them in with Amazonite and also possibly garnet. I think that'd be really pretty. And then I'm going to be using these guys in bracelets today. Ooh, there's that earring pack I lost. And then Randy's been weaving up chainmail like a fiend, making some really nice, bulky, European foreign one bracelets. Oh, and I got these too. Now, these weren't the 4 for $10 at Michael's. These were just pretty, and I liked them. Apparently, I've used the heck out of them. Jeez. It was a full tube less than a week ago. Sorry, y'all, I've got a song in my heart. Now, our buddy Gavin had sent us this 3D printed organizer that he had made, and y'all, I freaking love it. Like, at first, I didn't really know what to do with it, just because it was different from what I'm used to doing, but like, I can just take the whole little section out, and then it just latches back in there into the bottom, and then it has a lid, which I bet he could get away with 3D printing it just a little bit thicker, and then it would be a perfect travel organizer. And the only thing I can think of, now I need to compose this in an email to him, is if he had another little bit of like a line there on the lid that would kind of nestle in between those, because then that would be completely, even with like small chainmail rings, that would be completely like secure. Like, that's wild. He did such a good job on this. But I've been using it to organize my earring production. Oh, I need to put some ear hooks on these. Hey, Lunia, we're doing pretty good. Brooke says, I'm pretty good at teaching myself things, but when dealing with open flames or dangerous stuff, I prefer to learn under someone who will intervene if I'm about to hurt myself. That is so invaluable. Like, and I think that's a big reason of why I haven't done more on the torch, is I am really afraid of kind of hurting myself. I am flammable and made of meat. Hey, Zion. Thank you. Hey, Ann. How are you doing today? Hey, Cindy. Says, does it hold up against tarnishing? So far, time is going to be the only thing that can tell on that one, but anyone who has purchased a necklace or something made with the new chain that we've been using from Panda Hall, I've let them know that if they have any issues at all, just let us know. If they ship it to us, we pay to ship it back, and we'll replace the chain with something that doesn't tarnish. So, because we always do like lifetime repair and stuff for folks on our jewelry, but it's with it being a new chain like this, because with plated chains, like if it doesn't hold up for like a year worth of wearing, then I need to not be using that. Because I want my jewelry to hold up, at least like 5 years or something. I mean, heirloom quality would be great, but I'm not working with sterling silver just yet, so maybe one day we'll get there. Randy, you're beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. No, it's got like a shape to it, honey. There's nothing quite so beautiful as a cup of coffee I didn't have to make for myself. Well, the camera's not doing a good job of picking up on, but it's just the little bloom from where he froths like the cream and stuff. So there we go. Zooming back out. That's wise. Sacre Blue says you need your wrists for lamp work. Patience. Yeah, that's true. Ooh, taking legit work, right on. Hey, Erin. Oh my gosh, how have you been? We're doing really well. Just chugging along. Ooh, Kelly says normally my craft along box ships first Monday. Any idea when June boxes will ship? We are still catching up on our June boxes, so we should be caught up, because we had another hiccup with the kiln not running for a couple of days until I rooted around in the wires to fix. It's fixed now, that's fine. But so we're still a little behind, but your package should be shipped out by this Monday. If you would like specific tracking info, like well, do you want, hun? We think it's fixed. It's fixed so far. Like, though I'm just bracing myself for whenever it starts doing the error message again. But yeah, send us an email and we can get your tracking info and stuff, or help you hunt it down. Maddie is upstairs. She's doing, like, I think, just Maddie things. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do a review of, I think, is going to be crimp cover, or crimp beads, crimp covers. It might be 1 or 2 videos, and then we'll probably do one reviewing different head pins from on Amazon, and just some different things like that, because I can write off, if I buy a whole bunch of something and to test it and it's like genuinely crappy, I still get to write that off as a business expense, and then I might be able to find a use for it or like donate it or something. But I'm hoping that it can help prevent y'all from having to spend money on something that is not what you were looking for. Right on. Erin says, I'm good. Been chugging along here too, staying busy. Ooh, Art Girl says, I was just curious what your glass calves look like this month. We're still figuring that out. Because we ran out of 2 of the colors of sheet glass that we were using. I thought I had twice as much as what we did, and I did not. So we're kind of just making it up as we go. But it's all fiery tones. Like it's all sunshine and like reds and oranges and golden yellows and thanks, Erin. It says super late, but congratulations on getting hitched. Thank you. I'm still pretty tickled about it. Like, Randy caught me looking at him just grinning like an idiot today. Because he was trying to do something with, like, the Sims changed something with the Origins launcher, and now you have to use, like, a different app, and he was messing about with it on my computer. And, I didn't know what the heck was going on, but I had this handsome man like right over me, like typing on my keyboard, and I was like, "Oh, he's so cute," and it's my husband. So, hey, Maddie, what's up?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, I'm being a dork again. It's okay, but yeah. So, and he just looked over, and I was just smiling at him, and yeah, I'm still tickled. I guess is the moral of that story. Witch and Gnome says the witch just looked at me and was like, I got an idea for you. Me, thinking crafts, she smiles and says, cook bacon. Well, yes. I burnt the heck out of it this morning. But Randy loves burnt bacon. Thank God. Hey, Al, how's it going? Just stopping by. Well, we are having our first slippy slurp of coffee, so me. Bonk. Oh, my phone's in a case so it doesn't clink. Oh, cheers, everybody. Aw. Aw. Erin says, LOL, grinning like an idiot. My husband makes me do that all the time because he's mine, but also dad jokes. Right? Like, it's almost the worse they are, the better. What's up? Yeah. There's a long-nosed one right there over by the... And you can put that candle wherever you like. Ooh, Maddie's gonna make it smell like lilacs. Does it smell like butts again?
No, I just smelled like burnt bacon.
It does smell like burnt bacon, doesn't it? Because, like, my whole face feels bacon greasy. Because I burnt it in the oven, so it, like, burnt for a while before I realized. Okay. So now we got those earrings done. I rambled aimlessly for a bit. Now let's get some bracelets made. Ooh, I bet these would be so long. Okay. Hey, Pro. Oh my gosh, howdy from the 7th level of Down Under. How's it going? Like, are y'all doing okay? I mean, okay, all things considered. If I were my bead caps, where in the heck would I be? I feel like I do this every live stream. It's like in today's episode, Yvonne can't find anything. Ooh, those are pretty bead caps. Brooke. I'm still like super pleased to be mildly obsessed about Randy. Like, and to say it's mildly is an understatement, but okay. Still the wrong bead tray. Wait, is it? Okay. I know, I can hear you saying, why don't you label things? Because I'm still dealing with my lack of commitment towards beads and where I put them. The bead drawers are helping a whole lot, but I'm not entirely convinced that I'm going to keep all of these in these trays either. So are you the same thing as you are? Potato. So I just want to put a bead cap on either side of these. They're like 10mm faceted glass crystal. I have not yet ordered any jewelry making supplies or anything like that from Temu. Well, it makes sense that a lot of the same manufacturers that we'd be finding on Amazon or AliExpress or eBay are probably going to have storefronts on Temu as well. Okay. Is that the same? I don't think it is. Harumph. Hey, Simone. Pool says, just lots and lots of cleanup. Oof. Ooh, Al says I got some lapis coming. Nice. Aaron says mildly. Nah, fam. Hey, Lisa. I'm searching for a very specific bead cap that I can't find. Ooh, those are so pretty. Ooh, I like those ones too. Where are you? We're in the hook. Alright. Nobody knows where my freaking beads are. Herp and derpin'. I already looked in here. Are you those? Are these? Nope. Those are cute though. I like those. What are these? Oh, pretty is what they are. Ooh, I like those too. Wait, those are the exact. Oh my god, why am I like this? I didn't even put them in the compartment next to each other. Well, we're actually going to be adding some rose quartz beads to the website on Sunday. So, but yeah, y'all are making it, y'all are giving us hope, really, that it's not such a harebrained idea to have our own bead shop. There you are. Because that's we were going to kind of gauge, you know, how much we stock up on, whether we go to more gem and mineral shows. Like, we're just kind of testing the waters, one string of beads in one, you know, week at a time. So what we're doing currently, just to give us some sort of plan to fall back on for when everything goes a little sideways, the way that things tend to do, and that's you know, 1 week we will add new jewelry and cabochons to the website, and then the next week we add new beads and cabochons to the website. So I've been really enjoying it so far. Alright, well, it's time for me to start the next chapter in my life. And that is the chapter where I start storing metal beads in tubes as well instead of trays. Oh my gosh, there was a tornado too, Pro. Yep. Next chapter activated. I guess I'm gonna start putting them in this drawer. But see, that's the thing with these rectangular ones, is I do have to trim just a little bit, like about 1/8 of an inch, or 2 to 3 millimeters, if you're not an angry chicken nugget like me. And then I'm going to come through and do just a little bit of tape. And then we go like that. And I gotta throw that back over there. Then we'll take that out. Boop, boop. Yeah. No, we're kind of hopeful, because that's part of our long-term strategy, like over the next 2 years before Maddie graduates. Because, huh?
You want to talk about angry chicken nuggets?
Are you talking about Poppy going broody again? Yeah. Art Girl says, when you stock lab beads, I'll be right there. Those are something that I was really hoping, like, I'm not willing to risk purchasing online, even if it's from somebody that we've bought from before. I like to see my lab in person as far as beads go before buying it, because I just don't trust that they're gonna look the way that they look in the picture. Which is part of the whole motivator as to why we're starting our own bead shop. But what were we talking? Oh, the 2-year plan. There's only so much into the future, we can reasonably plan anyways. But for the next 2 years, we are going to stay the course. We're going to try to pay off our van that we bought in February or March of this year, and of course we had to finance it, and we had we don't like to be in debt, so we're gonna get that paid off. Gonna keep making healthy lifestyle changes the way we have been, and just kind of keep on keeping on with that. But business wise, we want to start teaching at gem and mineral shows, teaching wire wrapping, and kind of spreading that, like doing more in person, because I really miss getting to just getting to interact with y'all in person, really. There we go. And that's just washi tape, but it just fills the gap. So now the lid fits nice and tight. But over the next 2 years, we want to continue building our online store, so that we may open an in-person bead shop. Oh, that's so good. Right on. Art Girl says, I always get what I think I'm getting from your lab cab pics. And that's what we really hope for. Hey, Valerie. Holy smokes. It has been a good minute. Oh, it's good to see ya. Erin says, what happened to the Discord? We dissolved the Discord because I was at work all day, every day. Because it's, even with moderators, it needs a Discord with, like, we had, like, gosh, like 9,000 people on our Discord. That can't be right. It was a bunch. It was, like, a whole bunch. And so we'd get people going through, like, trolling. It's like, we couldn't, like, I'd be laying awake at 2 a.m, like, being worried about it. So I was like, this is and I just deleted it. But yeah, that's been a while ago. Oh, wow. Lisa says, my husband has been eating better and lost weight. He weighs less now than when we married. Ooh. Pro says, where's Maddie? Maddie! Oh, she and Randy are, they're painting. Sorry, I didn't realize you were right there. I went and hollered. They just wanted to know where you were. She's somewhere floating in the void of the craft room. Ooh, Anita. Hey, Christina. Anita says, watching you going through the boxes at the end of an item and try to remember where I ordered it. Do you use it for inventory or remembering where you bought them? I usually put the tags in there for reordering purposes, as well as if it's a gemstone that I'm not familiar with or different things like that. But it's mostly, Christina, I want to play badminton too. I was actually thinking about that earlier today. Well, mostly because, okay, I have to explain myself. I was sitting out there with Millie thinking about how about a year ago we had found her in our backyard. Like, that's the 1 year mark. This like 3 days ago, I think, actually. But and I was remembering how the June bugs were so bad last year. Well, they weren't like bad, but there were a whole bunch of them. Like, I don't get upset when we've got swarms of June bugs because my chickens become fat on June bug. And I was thinking that this year I could get a badminton racket and just whack June bugs out of the air to the chickens, which is kind of badminton-ish, like close enough. I don't have room for a net in my backyard anyways, so I think that's going to be the closest I can get to playing badminton. So today we are hanging out and making a bracelet. Ooh, do I want to use these ones? We'll use the green ones. Let me find a few more. Don't go in my coffee, please. Thank you. Don't go in my coffee, please. Thank you. Gonna open up a few more bead strands. Bug badminton. Bug mitten. Would you ever think of selling $50 craft on box without wire, just the cabs for 40-ish? Ooh. I hadn't considered that. That's a very interesting idea. We'll have to consider it because it's... Hey, Randy? Just a sec. We're gonna have to redo our website. Like, I don't think we're gonna be able to go through Weebly anymore. And they're who we've been using for like our website service and all sorts of stuff. So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that's where we have our subscription service hosted through. So we are not certain what our subscription service is going to look like kind of after going into 2024. Because we had like a very solid plan for this year and it's working, but it's also whenever we first started our subscription service, you know, gosh, all those years ago, like on Patreon and everything, like we've really learned a lot and grown a lot and things have changed a lot. So I think we're going to have to figure out a readjustment to see. I want to make sure y'all are getting the best deal possible, but I also want to make sure that Randy and I can still keep a roof over our heads and, you know, live and exist and stuff. So I don't know if we'll be introducing new tier levels or things yet. Like, I'm just not certain, but I have a very open ear to any suggestions and stuff, because it's like if we send out too much wire or not enough wire or too much of one style or color of cabochon or different things like that, like that's very useful information. Ah, right on. Kelly says, I asked because I have loads of wire but want all the cabs. Well, also something that I think the best way to take advantage of our subscription service is to be like, I mean, a $1 member will get you the same thing, but it's really nice when we get $5 members who also utilize our digital subscription stuff. And then you just use the 20% off coupon to buy whatever you want off of our website. Like that 20%, like that's pretty sweet. And it's just about on, it doesn't cover custom work or auction items or when we do like craft alongathons. Other than that, like you get 20% off of everything. Hey Linda. Oh, it's always nice to see you. But yeah, so that's what I would recommend, like as opposed to, you know, a particular kit. Ooh, we got some more of these guys over here too. Gosh, those are so pretty. Sorry, I can't think sometimes when my desk is so messy. Ooh, yes. Oh, Christina, that would be amazing. Like, I think you just desiccate them. Like, it's any way that you would preserve any other butterfly or moth or bug, and then you could electroform over that, possibly using a UV resin to coat the wings if you wanted the wings to shine through. I think we're gonna have to catch me some bugs this summer. If the chickens don't get them all. Whoops. There we go. Yes, they do. Digging. Oh, and the beads match my mug. Well, this is actually Randy's mug, but our mug. Okay. So again, I was gonna make these into wire wrapped like link bracelets, but my hand's killing me. So we are gonna make them into bead strung bracelets.
And this is just 7-strand beading cable from Bead. I find it does a perfectly good job. Wow, right on, Brooke. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going to close these. That one's already closed. There we go. And these are 18 gauge 1/8 inch. That's American or standard wire gauge. 18 gauge 1/8 inch. So if you're making your own rings out of pear wire, that's an American wire gauge, and I'd be using the 16 gauge pear wire to make these rings. Oh, pro. Gosh. And I bet the whole city's just taxed to the max on that as well. With like, you know, it's like whenever we were flooded here and everybody's basements were flooded and everybody's water heaters needed replaced. It was about almost 4 weeks to wait to get our water heater. I'm glad too, Christina. I miss you terribly. I've been meaning to text you like all week, but every time I think about it, it's like 2 in the morning. And so I'm just coming through and doing a squish and a smush. There's one bead, and then I'm gonna fickle my heart, towers in my eyes. Aw, thank you so much, Linda. She donated $20 and said, just love you guys, amazing people and chat to hang out with. Hugs. Well, hugs right back at you. And not to brag, but we really do have the best community on YouTube here, I'm just going to say. Oh, geez. Art Girl says my water heater went out this week as well. Oof. Aw. Yeah. Excuse me. Oof. So these lolly beads, I've been having really good results with. And I like to use the 4 or 5 millimeter to just cover. Oh, I'm zoomed way far out, aren't I? Oop, there we go. To just slide right over that crimp bead. Hey, Keisha, how's it going? Not sure if this has been asked, but did you make the hair clip in your hair? Yes, I did make it. There is not a tutorial yet, but we're working on it. So I'm going to do a couple repetitions of this pattern and see if it's substantial enough or if I need to add more beads to get it to be a 7 to 8 inch long bracelet. Fortunately, when they're larger beads like this, I need to stop doing that hook pattern with it because I removed my finger, but it's just making it stiffer. There we go. So if that is 2 of the beads, gosh, that's pretty. I love it. And we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and include a 4 millimeter brass toned bead. Just in between. Well, thank you so much. I'm really excited to be kind of back into leatherworking a little bit. Oh, forgot the bead. It's been too long, I think. And I've got some projects that are low-key piling up. Ooh, oh, I don't know anything about woodworking pro. What kind of stuff would a person use softwood for? Like, is that like a good, like, kitchen spoon sort of thing? Or, like, is it just decorative stuff? Hello, Millie. Hey, big girl. You need a bath. You're starting to look yellow from being so dirty. Yeah, I think that's going to space it out real nice. Ooh, coffee. Right on. Erin says I need to get back into crafting. I just have not had the interest / drive. My interests seem to change with the weather. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing to follow your passions. Wherever they will take you, because you can always come full circle around again. And you never know what you're going to learn from one thing that's going to help you in another whenever you come back and revisit it. Like way back in the day when Randy and I were first dating and like had our first couple of apartments together and like were thinking about starting the business. Like actually when we started dating, I wanted to be a massage therapist. And I wanted to have like a spa that like I sold candles and body creams and like because I've always had like real sensitive itchy sunburnt skin that was acne prone and all sorts of stuff back in high school and just like and so I'd gotten really into making like into herbalism and like learning how to make my own infusions and different things and then just life got super busy and even though I've been gardening this whole time I haven't been making mud pies and messing around with stuff the way that I used to, that was my main passion. And then I've leaned into jewelry crafting all these years. But Maddie was actually like, because I was talking to her about, I've had just like the worst dandruff. It's like I got a sunburn on my scalp when my hair was real short, and I've never been the same since. Or something. Like, I'm not entirely certain what went wrong, but like, and all the shampoos that I've been using that are supposed to help with dandruff and that sort of stuff like itchy scalp and things I think have been making it worse. And so for the past week, I've been documenting this over on the Monster vlog, but for the past week I've been doing rosemary infusion hair rinses. Like I rinse it and then just like leave it in. No, Lori, I haven't been to the doctor. I don't have doctor money. But I know it's just a gentle strain. Like it had gotten better and then I heard it again today. So, is the excuse that I'm going to clutch to. But in that week, my dandruff is almost gone. And my scalp's almost completely healed up. Like, I'm like, well, I should have been playing with my herbs this whole time. And then our buddy Kelly Noble, y'all recognize her on here. She makes like her boo-boo cream, and that stuff was like so indulgent and nice. Like, and I don't know, I want to start doing like apothecary stuff again. Oh, and the length on that I think is going to be just perfect. Sweet. And that's something that used to be my, like I said, used to be my passion. Like I'd be like, why would I make jewelry when I have all these plants to play with? Do what, babe?
You're zoomed in, so you were out of frame.
Oh.
Tried to test wear it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll zoom back out just a smidge. There we go. Thank you, Randy. In the organization chaos stage. Oh, goodness, Art Girl. Reorganizing all my crafty studio and so many supplies at the moment. Yeah. Look up apple cider vinegar for your scalp. Right on. But yeah, it basically what I was just getting at, it's okay to seemingly lose interest in something for a very long time because you get to fall back in love with it again when you rediscover it. Right? Oh my gosh, and even Randy was like, I love the way that the rosemary rinse smells in your hair, which has me devastated because I still don't have a sense of smell. like it had started to come back, but I don't know if it's my allergies or what. So I'm like having a big old sad that I can't smell anything except for like burnt bacon apparently. Arnica oil, right on. Ooh, that's good to know, Diana. But there's a section of our front flower bed that the past 2 winters it's gotten down to -20 roundabout with the wind chill. So I don't know what that translated to for the plants in those beds, other than it translated to they're not coming back. So I think I'd like to clear out those beds and amend the soil a little bit with maybe some like green sand, or I don't know, something to make it break up the clay just a little bit more and make it suitable for growing rosemary on that side bed. And that's my big thing, is that it's like I want to grow the rosemary myself that I use for my hair washes. You know, Diana, I think it did this last time that we got sick. So I'm being patient with it, and I'll get little bursts of, ooh, I can smell that, will come through. Lori says the design is gorgeous. I don't usually get the larger beads, but I will now. Ooh, right on, Lori. Yeah, I like, especially with these, if anybody else wears like Fitbits, like I love them. I love knowing how lazy I am and how much more walking I should do. But they're so bulky that most of the bracelets that I usually would enjoy get lost next to the Fitbit or BitFit or whatever, Bye, Lunia. Thanks so much for hanging out. I really like these larger beads for bracelets. The only thing is sometimes the 4mm beads, sometimes they don't fit. There we go. You have to do just a smidge of tweaking. Oh wow, Kathy, that sounds like a really cool display. Rosemary does really good in full sun. So do mint and cilantro. Right on. I don't think anyone in our household really craves cilantro at all. So I don't even like buy it as like a dry herb. I might be missing out though. But we've got a couple of different kinds of mint just all over the yard, which I love it because the chickens will peck at it a little bit, but the rabbits really enjoy it. My rabbits are bougie. Yeah. I'm not gonna cuss as much. Well, there were a bunch of cuss words I was gonna put at the end of bougie, but let's just leave it at bougie. They like mint and watermelon rind, so. Like I'm all but giving them mint that's been bruised with some gin and tonic, like whenever it's a particularly hot day. Thanks, Diana. Ooh, Erin says still playing guitar. I took up ukulele recently and loved it. Ooh, I am. I try to practice at least 10 minutes a day, but like today, like I didn't practice very much because my hand was hurting, which I think is like, y'all, I'm so sorry. I keep misbehaving. I know in my heart that I should just sit on my hands and not do anything for like 2 or 3 weeks. But here I am. So, but yeah, I played the guitar a bit. I'd actually gotten a ukulele. It was like a $40 like ukulele from like vintage stock, but I'd gotten it for my niece Olivia because she had picked up the guitar and was very good at it, like just right off. But it was a little too large for her hands because she's only like 11. So got a little bit of extender chain on that now too, and that'll be nice, I think. But I wanted to make sure that it could hold a tune, like hold being tuned, because sometimes the pegs on more affordable instruments won't hold their tension. But the pegs held up well, like once the strings got like stretched out and stuff. But I went ahead and fell in love with the ukulele before giving Olivia hers, so now I'm kind of like, I want a ukulele. But Randy told me I can get, he calls it a van ukulele, and it's a ukulele that I can play in the van. And I'm like, I know he's like low-key deaf, but like, that can't be pleasant. Just listening to me wailing on a ukulele. And not like in any cool or rad sense of the term. Like, no, just literally. Oh, right on, Kathy. Ooh, right on, bro. Oh, Simone says cilantro is amazing in Thai cooking as well as essential for salsa. Also, cucumber and cilantro infused water and vodka. Right on. Shout out to all our lurkers, by the way. Anita says there are never enough hours in a day to do everything we want to do, especially if you have an injury. I have splints on both wrists at the moment, and the handles on my wire cutters get stuck. Oh no, that's rough. But yeah, my inflammation's definitely down. It's just, I think it's going to be a full 6 months before I'm back to 100%. And I just can't take 6 months off of using my hands. Like, whether I mean, I don't want to take 6 months off of my hands. I want my hands to not hurt. But Laura says, I'm not lurking, I'm crafting. That's fair. Come on, what are you doing? Ooh, right on. Well, I may have to try some cilantro. I love coriander and potpourri and like making my own incenses and stuff. So even if I don't like the green herb of the cilantro, I can always use the seeds. Hey, Randy, could you take Millie outside for me, please? I took her bell away.
You took her bell away?
I did. So I knew it would eventually happen. We've been bell training Millie to ding the bell when she wants to go outside. But I was suspicious that she'd figure out that she could just ding the bell all the time because she always wants to go outside. And I'm like, no, this is for pooping. And she's like, you're for pooping. And I was like, you're a dog, you don't talk. And she's like, you're a dog, you don't talk. And well, anyways, ooh, right on, Aaron. I'll try that. But yeah, so I took her bell away for during the live stream because I'm not going to make y'all listen to her dinging that dang old bell. She's getting real good at dinging it, though. Like, really loud and clear. Like, because it's basically one of those desk bells. Ding! Ooh, cilantro and street tacos is great for mental health. Richard says I wasn't looking. I was cooking bacon. So the dog has been training you. Yes. Yes. Right on, Diana. I actually think we may play the guitar a little bit in the after party if you guys are interested. Just because I was thinking about posting to all of our Vonster Vlog channel members as well the link to the after party. Just because. Now, I think this one's coming out a little long. Let me measure. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need that last whole repetition. just because with bracelets like these, how they're strung, unless I'm making them specifically for a client, I try to not go too much farther over 7 to 7.5 inches, if only because I can always make them longer in our booth, but it's very very difficult to reset to make it shorter when I'm in the booth, whereas it's a lot easier to just add some extender chain, you know, like an inch or so of it. Rachel says, am I the only person that think that cilantro tastes like soap? I don't know if it's been a minute since I've eaten like a good soap, so I wouldn't know what I'm comparing to, but also it's been a minute since I've eaten cilantro, because last time I got some, it was from like Walmart or King Cash Saver or something, and it was just like the slimiest, sad, parsley looking, just, it was not good. Like it smelled like how when a box of spinach does when a couple of leaves in the bottom have started to turn. Like, so I don't think that was good cilantro. Are we talking like Irish Spring here, or like Dawn dish soap, or just like the texture? Least favorite soap to chew on? Lava soap. Okay, Brooke. Sarah says, you are not alone. That cilantro tastes like soap. Was able to finish the first 2 gnome whittled walking sticks. Ooh. Been there, done that a few times when I was young. Eaten soap? Oh, I missed something. Come on, hands, we can do this. There we go. So yeah, I'm just using a little bit of sacrificed for the sake of scrap beading cable to go through the bead. And then why use my hands when I could be using pliers that don't hurt as bad? And then it just slides right over that crimp bead. Lava soap tastes sooner soapy and grainy. Taste buster for me. Yep. It's kind of along the same lines of, you know, when you're a kid and they make you pick your own switch for you're gonna get. I guess this is gonna be very telling about how I was raised. You pick your own switch for whenever you're gonna get beat. That way, you know, I don't know, it builds character or something. But it's when you cuss a lot and you have to pick out your own soap. Lava soap is my, like, last pick every time. Right, Virginia? Ah, thanks, Tish. Do ankle bracelets sell well, or are they out of style? Whenever we have them displayed, they sell well. It's just kind of a, they were tricky for me to display in a way that people didn't think that they were chokers. And so we kind of just phased them out of our own setup. But I would highly recommend, and honestly, now that our setup isn't limited to what we can fit into our car, like the Maddie Mobile, it was like a little Mitsubishi Mirage. Now that we have a minivan again, we may start carrying hand flowers and anklets and things like that again. Yeah, Sabaya says you only choose the thin switch once. Yup. Yeah, they look at you weird when you bring back like thorny blackberry brambles and stuff. Right, Debbie? So that's 2 bracelets. Very cool. Without too much stress on the old phalanges. Cool. Next up, bet I can make an earring or something. Or just like a little charm. Oh, that's a good idea, Kathy. We have a little, like, actual proper acrylic foot. That's what we would use to display the anklets, and then we would have like a whole like bar next to it that not bar but like an easel back flat that we would then put the additional anklets on. Right on, Anita. See, I think what I'm gonna do with this one, and it may drive some folks wild, but I think they'll be alright. We'll figure it out. 4mm bead. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Will this? Excellent. Don't need the bead. I'm just gonna make this into a wrapped loop. Oh, Randy's still outside with Millie, Pro. And then I'll wrap in that wire around, and again, just practicing. If you ever want to, if you find yourself like death gripping your pliers, just wiggle your fingers, get it relaxed, and find out exactly how much pressure you need. Because it's not as much as you think. Ooh, right on, Witch and Gnome. Oh, that's going to be so cool. If whenever you're out on the road going to vending events, some of the truck stops will have really nice like walking stick selections, and they've got like, it's almost like an umbrella stand of some sort, so it's like a grid up top and a grid on bottom, and you can kind of put stuff in it. But that's what I think of first off whenever I think walking stick stand, but something that kind of splays them out a little more spaciously might do better. But yeah, so now it's got just a little drop. We'll see how folks like that. They might hate it. We'll see. We always take it off. Okay, these guys can go in to there. Ooh, no spoilers, y'all, but I did watch the newest season of Alone, and I love it. All right on, Linda. Wow, what a blessing to still get to have your mom in your life. Ooh, right on. Sabaya says, I love dangle bracelets. So there we are with, there's one bracelet. How's it going, honey?
Well, the mailman finally came and gone.
Oh, okay. Were you keeping her out back?
Yeah.
Thank you. You didn't see the skunk, did you?
I did not.
Right on. And Millie's throwing her bone. Oh my god. No skunk in the wall this time, but there is a skunk hanging out in our neighbor's backyard. That like right along the side garden of our house, where like basically the trail where we run from the front yard to the backyard with the dogs. And I'm trying to get the skunk really used to the concept of that's where we go, so it's less surprised. So it hopefully doesn't spray us through the fence. But we shall see. Yes, we got I think they're beef femurs with like some sort of peanut butter goo inside of it. But man, I thought there was like a big old dookie on the floor because Millie had thrown her bone down the stairs, and it popped the core, like half the core out of one of those bones, and I was like, what on earth is this? But it was just like, because I can't smell anything. But no, it turned out to be to just be the inside of one of their dog toys. I was like, y'all are shaving good years off my life. Now, should we do this one with copper? Because I feel like copper with those greens would just be really nice. Yeah, a nice bright, like 4mm. Yeah. You're not a 4mm, you're a 3mm. Right on, Brooke. Yeah, Millie and Z were fighting over him a whole bunch, but they finally settled down for the most part. Ah, crap. Now for these ones, I think I'm actually going to have to figure out a crimp bead cover. Or we'll just do the little brass ones on the ends. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Ooh, Laura says skunks hate mothballs. Put some down the side of the house. I may have to do that. I'm going to have to figure out where to put them that Millie won't try to eat them. She's all into that. Eating whatever she's not supposed to here lately. Say skunk and I think back to the time we were sitting at a fire one night and we were being surrounded by a dozen of them. I was spraying them away with the hose. Oh my god. Witch and gnome, that sounds terrible. But no, when Millie chunked the bone down the stairs, it was loud enough that Maddie came out of her room and was like, "Are y'all okay?" It was just Millie throwing her stuff, having a fit. Now Z has proper fits. He'll sit in the Pompous-on chair and kick every single one of the throw pillows out onto the floor, very sassily, very dramatically. Like, and it's like he'll throw one and then look at us. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? You make me do this. And he'll throw it. Like, he'll throw another one. He's a good boy, though. Okay. Now, these, I hope, will be long enough. We'll see. Right on, Diana. Now those are their craft mates, but they're basically pill organizers. Oh yeah. Now this one, it's just a plastic one, but a wooden would be nice. But I do love having the little grooves on there. Hey Pro, is this something that would be Pro? Are these something that would be useful to make out of the softwood that you find in abundance of? Because quite frankly, even just something small, like I'm thinking those log slices that you can get at like Hobby Lobby, if you're able to take like a branch and, you know, saw it down into, you know, something about 3/4 of an inch thick, and then just route to make like a bracelet, but with the bark still on, that would be so cute. And I could totally, hopefully, wholesale some off of you to put on our website. I haven't talked to Randy about it, but we always need stuff to sell. Because I don't want to just carry stuff that, you know, you in our bead shop and stuff that you could just go and get off of AliExpress. Like, I don't want to just be a middleman. I'd rather point you to the right direction and you go buy it yourself. Whereas with like our handmade cabochons and different things like that, I really like being able to provide those to y'all. Ah, oh, Brooke, that would be so neat. Oh, Michelle. So I went to the Dollar Tree and they had these little like salt and pepper shaker jars, like little mugs, and I got some of their mothballs and put them in and then stuck them outside. That's perfect. Like, that's such a good idea. Ooh. I do not think you do, AliExpress. No one watching think you do. Well, yeah, but it's, you know, like for something on like Amazon or, because I buy a lot of stuff off of AliExpress, like charms and different things, and that's something I would do in an unboxing video of, to kind of like how I did with the Panda Hall, to kind of let you guys know, you know, did it match the picture, like kind of stuff. But I don't want to carry it in my shop and just be a middleman. Like, we were gonna go to, oh, there was a gem or mineral show in like Elton. That's not the town. It's somewhere here in Missouri. It's close-ish to Jefferson City, but it's like a 3-hour drive away. And I don't know, I've not been to that gem and mineral show before. And so I didn't know if we had nothing else kind of over in that direction. I didn't really want to make Randy do a 6-hour drive round trip in one day just so I could go look at some rocks. But also, I kind of really want to go look at some rocks. But right now, because normally I'd go to, you know, a gem and mineral show and buy a bunch of like beads and cabs to put up on our, to kind of stagger out onto our website. Because I like being able to see them in person and make sure that, you know, they're actually like, if it's lab, that it's actually flashing nice and, you know, and things. But with the kilns being what they've been, I don't think we've got the budget right now to go to a gem and mineral show either. Ah, gotcha, Stephanie. That makes sense. I'm loving these shapes of beads, you guys. So what are y'all working on today? Oh, that is not going to be long enough. Not by a long shot. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to need to do at least 2 more full repetitions. Beep boop. And now we know. Beep boop. Huh? Designing a secondary structure accelerometer mount for the payload adapter of the SLS. Oh, Christina, that does sound fancy. And way above my pay grade. Right on. Tish says, I think your description of a product and what we see in the photo versus what you see is what you... Oh, burnt toast. I think I get what you're laying down. Right on. Number one tip, Brooke, is if you're going to have any drawers or anything, have it to where whatever your average height of like coffee mug or thing that would be obstructing, just leave those either open or as like something that way. I've caused myself endless frustration over the years by having the drawers be sitting flat on the table, and then I'd have to move everything in front of it to be able to get into that drawer. So, Tish says between a Herkimer diamond and a quartz, yet both are beautiful, but they are different. They are. Christina. Yeah, but I can't be counted on to show up at work reliably. Like, if I have to leave my house, the rate of success of me getting anything done depletes immediately. It's like, I don't want to go outside today. Like, Randy and I didn't get married last summer because it was hot outside. Like, 100%. So, it's probably unhealthy, but I am a bit my ass. I'm a homebody. Right on. Well, any way that I can be helpful to you, Tish. But I'm also trying to balance the workload of, trying to expand on some of the things that we're expanding on behind the scenes and doing the vlog, which we're kind of gearing back up. Hey, Monica. Hey, Anita. How are y'all doing? I don't know that we'll be able to do more than our current video schedule. I think that'll be great. And I don't want all of our videos to just be unboxings. I still want our channel to be predominantly, tutorials or craft along, like, whether it's wire wrapping or leather or chainmail or something artsy. Like, I like teaching. I like learning things predominantly. And I learn best, I think, by teaching and demonstrating and being like, just kind of the whole process of what we do here on the channel is my learning style. Because it certainly helps cement it in. And I have so much fun experimenting with y'all, and just, so while I do have a lot of fun getting to shop for beads and different things as well, I don't want to leave behind the essence of our channel, which is just crafting and chilling. There we go. Smoosh. And then, oh, I feel so clumsy today. There we go. Getting those wires. What am I covered in? Yucky. My pliers are all greasy. My clay pliers are leaking grease. So I'm going to get back in here. Open that up. Hook this little thing through. Swamp. There we go. Oh, Stacy Seattle says, I'm remaking some of my earlier bracelet designs to add on my Etsy. They are way too small. Oh goodness. Brooke says, I recently covered the walls of my hobby corner in pegboard, and I'm a big fan. Right on. Missouri Fox says, scale mail, chainmail, lotus flower, tea light holders. Oh, that sounds so cool. Ooh, Laura says, I'm doing what you are today. Your last live stream inspired me to make some necklaces. I usually just have pendants. Right on. Witch and Gnome says, once we are done eating, the witch is working on a dream catcher. I have some mini tree sculptures to finish up, then possibly chainmail. That sounds like a nice evening in. I have very fond memories of many an evening of Randy and I just kind of grinding away at whatever needed done in anticipation of, usually on Thursdays. It's Friday, that's Thursday and Friday. But Thursdays getting prepped up for going to whatever, vending event we'd be doing the next day. Just trying to, the fervent last minute crafting. And then that Friday morning, actually a lot of the times there in the later years, we were already packing up and leaving on Thursday. Just because if there was any kind of substantial travel time, we needed, to be there by Friday. Oh, digging it. All right, coffee. Woo! Virginia says all of my favorite words in a sentence. Peanut butter fudge is poured out and cooling, and I have a bit of a break before I get supper started. Time to watch Vaughn. Nice! Oh, peanut butter fudge. Ooh, I learned a thing. That Maddie likes butterscotch, which I don't know how I didn't know, but I had no idea. And butterscotch is a flavor I really, really enjoy, but that I don't think Randy likes at all. And considering, that's usually the two people I'm feeding, is me and Randy, that if I'm going to have to be the only one to eat up an entire batch of, butterscotch oatmeal cookies, I just don't make the cookies, because it's I don't need that entire batch of cookies. Whenever I just as much enjoy a chocolate chip cookie or something. So I'd make that instead. So now I'm gonna have to make some butterscotch oat cookies and maybe some butterscotch chip cookies. Because Maddie didn't care too much for chocolate. I wonder if she would enjoy a butterscotch white chocolate cookie though. Ooh, or maybe just. Okay, so now I'm just thinking about cookies a bunch. So. Ooh, Brooke says, my old roommate made the best peanut butter fudge. I got the recipe, but I never could get it to come out right. Right on. Sarah says, my next craft show is only 1 mile from my home. Should be much easier. Nice. Oh, sloppy coffee. Now you're talking my language and you can use monk fruit. Ooh. Ooh, Brooke says, that's what I was thinking too. Butterscotch and pecan would be a good cookie combo. Neither Maddie nor Randy much care for nuts at all. So, I mean, other than me, but. Blah, 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 blah. Wait. We have been doing local events one day Saturday for a bit, but looking to find more events even during the week. Also, we were setting up some inventory and consignment. Oh, yes. Man, the best thing, I'm so proud of y'all, you Witch and Gnome, that, and so many of others in chat too, that it's when you just keep trying things and rolling with the punches and refining what it is that you're doing, and it makes me so proud to see y'all doing what you're doing. Ooh. Brooke says, in my home, pecan pie is one of the essential Thanksgiving and Christmas foods. Right on. Ooh, Virginia says, my aunt gave me an awesome 4-ingredient peanut butter fudge that comes out every time for me when I had never been able to get it before. It freezes well too, so I put some away so I don't eat the whole 4 pounds at once. It's a little demented, but I just had the idea. But first, let me ask you, have y'all seen those videos of people doing like beautiful hand-poured like homemade soap where they pour it into that like soap mold and then they slice it with the, like, looks like a giant cheese slicer but like with the wires? I was just visualizing making like fudge but in batches to where it looks exactly like you're making soap. Like and then at the end of the video, you've sliced it with the soap slicer, and then you just pick up a block of what looks like soap and just take a big old bite. And the last, like, 5 minutes of the video would be me eating 4 pounds of peanut butter fudge that looks like soap. That's why I have the Monster Vlog channels, because that's where we do all of those shenanigans. I've been looking for a good excuse to make some soap, too. Yes, exactly. Brooke says it's like how when people make normal things look like cake and then they bite into them. Yep. Yep. Back to eating soap, said Diane. Always. Me and Virginia both just eating soap. But yeah, other than the copper beads and the crimp tubes and the lolly beads that I used on the ends, everything else, the beading cable and everything, I got at Michael's. Just stringing beads. I miss having my longer fingernails. I've been keeping them trimmed for playing the guitar. But I really miss. I used to use my fingernails as just bead scoops. But I know I said this on the last bracelet, but I'm really digging the difference in texture, like between, or just the shape differences. Like these, I don't even know what we would call that. It's faceted and has like a little twist. Like, it's so pretty. And then these little square, like iridescent peridot toned crystal beads. I think after I finish stringing this, let's just retube some beads. Y'all want some bead ASMR? Because I do. I don't know. What do you want to do? You can't leave me hanging on that, Randy. Wandy? Alrighty. That's what we'll do next. And I'll show you why here in a sec. Like, it's not just that I want to play with my beads.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
You didn't know yesterday.
I don't know ta-da. I love that deranged hairy man that lives in my house and brings me coffee. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Smoosh goes the bead. Right, Diana? So it says, always get great ideas playing with the beads. Ooh, and y'all would be so proud of us. We finally booked appointments to get an eye exam. So, after quite a few years, time's a construct sounds. Go for it. But after many years, Randy and I are finally going to be getting new glasses. Hopefully it won't be too much, but we'll see. Ah, I love it when the little beads fit over. And then trying to fit, there we go, the ring back through the loop. If I were a wiser person, I'd use a slightly larger wire diameter of ring to make the loop, and then I'd remove it, and then it'd be very easy to put that bead back into place. Okay, so there's our clasp. Did I just hook it to its own end on the other one? Because I need to add just a little bit of extender chain, I think. Yeah, okay. Hey Linda. Says, hi, I'm a new viewer and I just want to say I love your videos. Well, welcome to the channel. I'm really glad you like what we do. I like doing it. So we're going to keep doing it. So there's that. And this is some of the last of my stash of the Ring Lord chain. It's okay. Ooh, Lynn says, I want to grow some peanut butter fudge. Same. Great disappointment was on Randy's face when I explained to him that you can't plant cheeseburger patties like how you do in The Sims and grow actual cheeseburger plants. He was like, but in The Sims. And I was like, no, I know. I too am disappointed. Okay. A wiser person would actually clean up their station. I'm just going to scooch stuff out of the way. Okay. Now the thing is with these tubes, they don't fit in my thingy. So I think this is going to be too big. Fudging it. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's way too big of a container. There we go. And then I'm going to pop this into, that's what I'm going to use for a bead mix that I'm going to put into our crap boxes of like misshapen beads or anything like that that's kind of weird. There's no way that that's my last one. I mean, it might be, shoot. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh no, I've got lots more right here. Okay. Now this does make me wonder. Woo. Dog hair. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff. So, the reason why I'm going to be... So when you did the end, where did the crimp bead go? Oh, the crimp bead went right inside of this bead here. That little 4mm bead has a 2mm hole. And so the crimp beads are hidden in those beads that are nice and round. I didn't have to fool about with a crimp cover or any of that stuff. So whenever I come through and look at my beads, I've got them mostly sorted to where all of my red beads are between these two trays and like these three. But I keep forgetting that these beads here exist at all. And I need to get them tubed up and in these trays so I can start using them because I keep forgetting that they exist. So that is what we're going to be fooling about with today. Just let me fold out with the tripod a little bit more. And these are beads from whenever I first decided, or when I first discovered Fire Mountain Gems was a thing and that I wanted to start using bead beads. I didn't know where to begin, and the collectioner, like completionist in me was like, well, let's just get one of everything. So I was like, well, where do I start? And I was like, well, let's start with this one variety. And I got every flavor that they had on Fire Mountain Gems of the size 8 dynamites in. They aren't all silver lined, but most of them are because I think those are very pretty. And then it occurred to me, years later, that Fire Mountain did not have a fully comprehensive stock of that bead variety, so I needed to just kind of let go of the concept of having, every kind of ever bead carried and then being like, it is complete. There's no complete. It's just, you just keep buying beads. Which is way more fun anyways. I don't ever want to be done collecting beads. Okay. So these are Rainbow Ruby. There's my lids. Hey, Misty, how's it going? Ooh. The bead tubes, the crimp beads or the bead tubes? Ooh, that's pretty too. Now I am going to save these little monsters for something. I don't know what, but I'm going to save them. Hashtag hoarding. And I should probably see if I can. Oh yeah. Oh, I love pulling labels off of stuff. So then I'm just gonna fold it up. My little papers. I was really expecting that to have deteriorated over the years because I really did buy these quite a while ago. Oh yeah, and now it's got the little label in there. Eee! Okay. Next container. May we be so lucky each time. Uh-oh. Eep. Oh, what false hope I had. This one's being all crappy. Oh well. One of them has their labels. Ooh, I do like that noise though. Nice. We're doing really well, Misty. I am playing with beads. It is always a good day when I'm playing with beads. Now these ones are, ooh, it might be too much. And then what? Then I guess we'll have to make something out of it. No. Oh, why are you like this? Oh, it just barely fit. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Where did it? Almost dropped it. Ooh, Misty says heat the labels with a blow dryer and they will come off easy. Okay. Now, I've used a bunch out of that one, so I don't think we're going to get so lucky every time. So what I'm going to do is any that have beads left in them, like that don't fit into the tubes, I'm going to put it back into the original package, and those will just be what I focus my next couple of projects on using up. Ooh, Diana says I have round squeeze top tubes I got off Amazon. Those square. That's what we're gonna do? Yeah. The bead tubes you're using that are empty in your trim. Oh, I got them off of Amazon. I'm sorry, Eric. So no sweat about. And the only reason why I trim them, let me show you, is let's take this one. I'm gonna set that right there for just a sec, y'all. Okay, so this is a tube that has not been trimmed, and this is our bead trays. And that is trimmed versus not trimmed, and that's why I trim just a smidge off. So that's just my bead storage though, so they don't have to be trimmed, and in fact I do think that the little lids fit just a little better when they're not trimmed, but here we are. I do what I gotta do to get my beads to fit into the thing. Ah, hey! Welcome to the Happy Crafter Club, A. Ramirez. Sometimes two of them will get stuck side by side. And so I like to pick my battles. Though also, I'm just gonna be honest with myself. I'm just gonna put the lid in this one, and then I'm gonna put the rest, woo, love that noise, into one of these guys. I know it's using up organizers, but I'm tired of having this basket floating around because I need that spot for a different, to move on with other stages of our organization. Woo! Oh no, I should get too hard. Come here, Bead. Woo. Bonk. Bonk. You know, and really it seemed like that was a pretty good split between the two organizer or the two bead holders. Ooh, Anita says I changed how I store beads, etc. Love it each time. Yes, I hoard the old boxes. My carers do craft since being with me. I give them some to crafting circle. Love it. Right on. Bag is for 8 ounces, but I do 16 to avoid sucralose bad effects, and it flavors enough for me. The 4-pack comes in blackberry, watermelon, mango, and mint flavor. Ooh, I think I missed a previous message. Let me scroll. I'm so glad it's Friday evening. Me too. I'm really digging hanging out with y'all today. And then we'll get to have, hopefully, the very satisfying fun of putting all the bead tubes away. Hey Trish, how are you doing today? Ah, Diana says I'm saying it out loud. I have a container fetish and I can't throw them away. Dude, same. Like jars. Like, I've gotten a little better about it over there. No, yep, still giving up on the labels. But I'm not recovered. Like, not even in the slightest. Right on, Misty. Oh, you stinker dinker. One of my favorite colors in the whole world is this bead style right here, that iridescent rainbow with a blue undertone. Now also I have these little like tube, like round tube styles, and these don't hold very much at all, but they're pretty good for when you just have a smidge. And the lids click on. Ooh, what's this one? Is that some more just black opaque? Okay. So this has got me wondering, do I have any empty? No, I need to just do them all together, because if I have them separate from each other, I'll think that I'll remember. I won't. It's actually just occurred to me, I don't have a ton of these tubes on hand, so I'm going to put this one back into its original container, and I'm going to prioritize all of my other colors before doing the black and clear and all of that I have kind of bulk of. Because, like, I've got another, yeah, there's another black opaque. That's a transparent purple. But yeah, I'm going to prioritize all my other colors first before doing the black and clear. What color is this? Ooh, it's like a gunmetal silver. What does it say? Yep, gunmetal. Ooh. Lynn says, do you find tons of beads in your vacuum cleaner? Every time I try to make something, I drop them. I drop stuff quite a bit, but I'm going to show you. I put one of these rugs underneath my crafting area, and my whole house slopes that way. So if it doesn't get caught on the railing, like the foot of the table, then it just rolls that way. So I just go through and pick it up by hand over there, and it keeps things relatively contained. So not as much as you would think finding beads in the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, right, Misty is just like cackling. It's like, oh, bless your heart. Ooh, can we fit them all? No. Maybe. Probably not. Place your bets now. Except for don't use gambling. It's not allowed on our channel, I guess. That's just a smidge, though. A reason not to re-level the floors, right, Diana?
I wager 4 bananas.
Randy's wagered 4 bananas. Are they real bananas or Sabaya bananas?
American banana.
American bananas. Yep. Stacy says any seed beads that drop go to the god of suction as a beady sacrifice. Yep. Now, it does have a little bit of a green tinge to it, but I think that's just our lighting. And it's a gunmetal. Ooh, and this one's an iris silver. It looks a lot like hematite, I think. Like, I'd call that a hematite silver if I were a bead namer. Oh, that's brilliant, Kathy. Kathy says if I drop beads, just put a sock over the vacuum hose. But yeah, you can see, well, it had a couple bunched up in there. But whenever it has the pressure of all the other beads behind it, just those 2 or 3 beads being wedged in there. Hey, Simp. We are... Nice screen name. I'm playing with my beads. It didn't. I didn't intend to do an ASMR live stream today, but here we are. Yeah, and that last little smidge will go into one of the round tubes. They're all sacrificed unless it's the one you need, and then it becomes a scavenger hunt. That is very true, Witch and Gnome. Very, very true. All right, on. Says, I saw a couple of your clay videos and noticed you were live, so I'm stopping by. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. I was thinking about doing some polymer clay today before the stream started, but then I figured I should finish the projects on hand. It's what I call beading responsibly. Oh, this is so much. Ooh, no, I'm not going to be able to fit them into. I want to show you all the difference between what I can fit into one of these round tubes versus one of the square ones. We are not a cult. That's exactly what cults say, Michelle. Like. It's not a cult, it's a lifestyle. Steve. Also what cults say. Right on. Sim says it's okay if you're a cult. I'm happy to join. Well, there's like no fee, like no annual fees or anything. I mean, as far as cults go, we're like really laid back. So a very full to the brim tube. On the round fills that much of the square tubes. It's not a cult, it's a lifestyle. I don't know if I've ever used any of the beads out of that container, ever. Oh, come on, we can fit you. Because it is packed to the maximum. Did I ever snip? Oh no, I don't remember if I snipped this or not. We don't drink Kool-Aid, we teach you how to make cups. Or will whenever we get into pottery. No, I did not snip it. Or at least I didn't snip it enough. Well, to get the badges, I think you have to give YouTube like $2 or something. But they're not necessary. Uh-oh. Are there beads in my coffee? Oh. Yeah, but it's a cult where you don't have to leave your house. Oh, I hope so. Probably, like, maybe next year, Randy will. I don't dare say let me get into pottery because he knows that there's no stopping me, and he's never tried to. He's very, very supportive in all the crafting I've ever wanted to do. But it is, I know that I'm going to fall in love, madly in love with pottery. And so I'm just trying to pace myself. Are you in there, Bead? Is there a bead in there? I can't tell. No beads, just coffee. Okay. Yeah, typically if there's a risk of a bead in my coffee, I have to just go ahead and finish the drink. That way I don't forget about the risk of the bead. And then end up getting an unpleasant surprise of a bead. Getting the plastic. There we go. Okay, let's see. I can put a few more in there. I'm trying to get into an intro class here, but keep missing the sign up. Oh, right on. Yeah, there's, I think to be able to take, like, a college, I think I'm going to have to take the college pottery course at, I don't know what, the college that's over there in Joplin, but it's like, it's so much money. And it's an actual time commitment of having to leave my house. But I would be willing to leave my house for pottery, I think. But I always worry, like, that's a lot of money to pay someone who, like, if I don't get on well with the teacher, like, I'm not saying I want to be, like, teacher's pet or anything, but sometimes I don't learn well from people. That's why a lot of, because I can be really slow and really dense, and so if a teacher's not patient or, like, you know, I don't know. I'm very picky about who I learn art from, because Randy had a real treat of an art teacher back in high school, and that has made me very wary. Oh, we just been playing with beads, Susan. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, in Alabama, right on. That's a beautiful state. Like, there was someone that if I had not made candles in the past, the person teaching me how to do the candle dipping at something we had gone to, if I had never made candles before, just I wouldn't have wanted to afterwards. Was how unpleasant the experience was. But I mean, clearly, like, I mean, the perfect teacher for one person may be the worst teacher for another, and that's why I'm really glad that there's so many different teachers out there, is we all get to pick and choose who we learn from best, and that's what a luxury. Brooke says you could always ask the school if it's possible for you to just sit in for a little bit to see if you like the teacher. Worst they will say is no. That's a really good idea, Brooke. Ooh, Bonnie says, has anybody asked where you purchased the dynamite beads in that basket? I had gotten these off of Fire Mountain Gems. And also, I just want to let you all know, I do not mind, like, if y'all could be asking the same questions all day long, I will answer them over and over again. So don't feel like you can't ask something because it sounds too obvious, or if it had been already asked before. Like, I'm not going to, like, I'm not going to jump down y'all's throat or anything about that. Ooh, Simp says, what if you skipped the teaching altogether? Would you purchase your own wheel and just have a go at it? You know? Yeah, maybe. I mean, because, like, my friend Christina had given me this beautiful mug that was, like, just, like, built. Like, they didn't use a wheel. They just, like, built it and, like, did pottery. There's a word for it. But, so yeah, I could definitely go that route. I really had hoped to be able to utilize someone else's space on pottery because it can be. Kilns are different than the kilns that I use for my glass fusing. Yeah, Maddie's still here, Virginia. She's painting with Randy. I bet there are too, Brooke. Hand built or pinch pot? Right on. Okay. And then just it's a whole lot of like our house has gotten full to the point of if I want to take on a new craft, I want to go and learn it outside of the house for about a year before deciding, yes, I'm definitely going to keep doing this. and that way before, I build a freaking addition onto the house for pottery, I want to make sure that I am in fact as in love with pottery as I think I am, and also that if we can make it a viable part of our business. YouTube where you could watch and learn how to do things for free. What? That sounds too good to be true, Amy. I don't know. I bet all the teachers on there are just the worst. All they do is play with beads and ramble. Oh, is it, Anita? It's very hard on your hands. I thought it would be a nice like hand massage of like good exercise. She sounds horrible, Brooke. Ooh, we're making good progress on these beads though, y'all. Uh-oh. Okay, it's 4:06. It is time for me to take my break, and then we will be back at 5 o'clock for the after party. Y'all are too sweet to me. But yeah, we'll be back at, oh, my face is all itchy. These beads I bought them so long ago. Like, you can see the aged, how like old the plastic is just from sitting there, and it has this wonderful like little layer of dust, which is like making my face all itchy because I keep touching the old beads and then rubbing my face. So, but that's fine. Aw, y'all are so sweet. It uses a lot of finger muscles to push and pull the clay where you want it. Right on. Well, that's exactly the kind of stuff that I want to keep my hands in shape. Over the years, though, it's I mean, I don't want to abuse my hands, but the more kind of muscle that I have to support my joints, I think that'll be better for my hands as they age. Like, I'm going to keep them very mobile and stuff. So it is the theory. You added a link to the square bead storage tubes in your tools. I keep searching for them and I can't find them. I haven't yet, Judy. I'll have to get on that. Late to conversation, but there's lots of good pottery YouTube channels. Right on, Austin. Okay. Gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get a snack and hydrate and go run the dog out in the yard. This poor little Millie, she's whooped. She's all played out, just laying in a pile of her own toys. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. If you want to help us sort more beads in the after party, if you're a YouTube channel member or a supporter on Patreon, or if you sign up for our Happy Crafter Club, there we go, over on our website, backearthcreations.com. It's just $1 a month, and you can come and hang out in the after parties and get a 20% off coupon, and that helps to support our channel of free tutorials and just all the crap we do over here. So, but we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out and keeping me company, and if you aren't coming to the after party, I'll see y'all in Monday's shop update. So until then, happy crafting. Mwah. Bye.